The 2026 Yamaha MT-07 occupies an enviable position in the market, powerful and engaging enough to hold a rider's interest for years, yet approachable enough not to overwhelm those getting started. The MT-07 has been on sale since 2014, and was originally launched in the United States as the FZ-07. It was updated last year when Yamaha replaced the frame, upgraded the suspension, expanded its suite of electronic rider aids, added a TFT dash, redesigned the bodywork, and reduced overall weight. With an MSRP of $8,599, the MT-07 appeals to a trifecta of potential riders: those looking for a bike that can grow with their experience for years to come, riders happy in the true middleweight category, and experienced riders looking to downsize displacement. The MT-07's riding position is upright, comfortable, and suited to riders of a wide range of heights and experience levels. The seat sits 31.7 inches above the ground, low enough that most riders can place at least 1 foot flat on the pavement when stopped at a traffic light. The grip sits 0.9 inches lower and 0.4 inches closer to the rider, and the handlebar is 0.8 inches wider than on the previous version. Together, these changes create a more natural reach from the seat to the controls without pushing the rider into an overly aggressive, forward-leaning posture. The foot pegs are also slightly lower, giving taller riders more legroom. A narrower junction between the seat and fuel tank helps riders with shorter inseams access the pavement. It's perfect for me at 5'10" for all-day rides, whether in the canyons or urban terrain. The MT-07 is built around a completely new tubular steel frame that is stiffer than the one used on previous versions of the motorcycle. Yamaha has increased the frame's resistance to twisting and bending by approximately 13% through reshaped tubes and adjusted wall thicknesses. The swing arm is also new, with reinforced mounting points at its pivot. The MT-07's geometry is aggressive, with a tight 54.9-inch wheelbase, a steep 24.3-degree rake, and a short 3.7-inch trail. The 2026 MT-07 rides on spin-forged alloy wheels fitted with Dunlop Sport Max Q5A tires. This combination contributes to handling precision and ride quality. Spin-forged wheels are made by heating aluminum and pressing it into shape while it spins. This manufacturing process produces a wheel that is both lighter and stronger than one cast in a traditional mold. The total weight saved across both wheels is approximately 1.1 pounds. Reducing unsprung weight allows the suspension to respond more quickly to changes in the road surface, improving both handling and ride comfort. The Dunlop Sport Max Q5A has excellent cornering grip and turn-in, along with a harder center compound for superior straight-line wear. Put it all together, and the latest MT-07 is more precise in corners, with exacting feedback. The MT-07 is at once agile during cornering, yet it will settle comfortably on a line if you prefer. The excellent Dunlop Sport Max Q5A tires are an important part of the bike's outstanding canyon handling. With a curb weight of 403 pounds, the MT-07 feels very light on its feet, and it's adaptable to whichever riding style you prefer, be it smooth and flowy or point and shoot. Adding to the firm ride is an increase in the frame's torsional, longitudinal, and lateral rigidity. The upgraded KYB suspension is a mixed bag. The new, non-adjustable inverted 41mm fork and semi-adjustable shock work well on smooth roads but struggle on rougher routes. If you're pushing hard through well-paved canyons, the feel is impeccable, as the chassis holds up well in corners and during braking. However, introduce imperfections, and the chassis will suddenly feel harsh, and the bike will start bouncing around. It seems Yamaha calibrated the suspension to appease the sport crowd, while forgetting that not all roads are perfectly maintained. This rough feel extends to city riding, where the streets are neglected, and on freeways with concrete expansion joints. Be prepared to be bounced out of the MT-07 seat now and then, especially if you live in a city like Los Angeles, where deteriorating streets are common. The shock has adjustment for rebound damping and spring preload, which doesn't help much. We suspect that the stiffer frame is part of the problem, but the lack of suspension adjustability makes it difficult to pinpoint the cause. Although the excellent 689 cubic centimeters CP2 parallel twin power plant is unchanged, it gets limited help from new rider aids. The 2025 model introduced ride-by-wire throttle control for the first time in MT-07's history, bringing both smoother power delivery and the ability to add power modes and traction control. The engine pulls strongly at low RPM and through the mid-range, making it easy to ride smoothly through traffic, as there's no need to keep the engine spinning at high RPM to get the job done. Yamaha got stingy with the rider aids. There are just two modes, Sport and Street. There's a custom mode, though not much room for adjustability. There are 3 power modes and 2 traction control options. The lack of adjustable engine compression braking is the most glaring omission. Sport gives you the most responsive throttle response and least traction control, while Street supplies a smoother throttle delivery and maximum traction control. Yamaha could have sprung for rain mode with the lowest power setting and maximum traction control, but didn't. So, if you want a rain mode, you'll have to use up your own custom mode to get it. We didn't ride the MT-07 in the wet, so I set up custom mode with maximum power for fun, and maximum traction control as a safety net. The CP2 motor is naturally forgiving, and sport mode is controllably sprightly. Ramping up the traction control isn't a bad idea for any but the hardcore rider, who you wouldn't expect on an MT-07 anyway. My custom blend will satisfy most riders. Sport mode works fine in the city, so the adjustability is of limited value, unless you live in a wet climate and find yourself riding in slick conditions. At the opposite end of the spectrum, you can turn traction control off by diving into the new TFT dash menu. The new 5-inch TFT display replaces the dated LCD screen. The MT-07's instrument cluster is now up to the standard expected of a modern motorcycle at this price. The display shows speed, gear position, engine speed, fuel level, riding mode, and traction control status, with 4 theme options and 2 color choices. A smartphone connects to the display via Bluetooth through Yamaha's YConnect app, providing call, text, and media notifications. Turn-by-turn navigation is available through the Garmin Streetcross app at no ongoing subscription cost. New switchgear on the left handlebar uses a joystick-style control to navigate display menus. The self-canceling turn signals are new and have a learning curve due to the switchgear's unorthodox organic shape and interface. A light press delivers 3 flashes for a lane change, while a full press keeps them active until the system cancels them automatically or you tap the switch again. The 2026 Yamaha MT-07 6-speed transmission is matched to a slick, new slip and assist clutch. With the broad spread of power, there's always the right gear available in the canyons or around town. As a bonus, the top cog is so tall that it acts as an overdrive, smoothing out the motor on the freeway. The assist clutch is essential for all-day rides around urban areas, something the MT-07 excels at. Almost inexplicably, a quickshifter is not standard. Writing a $200 check rectifies that omission. The transmission shifts nicely as is, fortunately. The latest Yamaha MT-07 has an upgraded front braking system that provides confident, progressive stopping power. Yamaha wisely upgraded the front calipers to a radial mount configuration. Feel is great, and there's plenty of power on tap up front. While 298mm discs, rubber brake lines, and Advix calipers don't sound impressive, the system gets the job done admirably. You'll only need the rear brake in an emergency or when slowly creeping through traffic. ABS is standard, unobtrusive, and always on. You may have noticed the new styling on the Yamaha MT-07, and it looks sharp in person. The new headlight is impressively slim, and flanked by 2 narrow running light strips. As with all the lighting on the latest MT-07, it's LED. The fuel tank has been reshaped to be narrower at the rider's knees, which makes it easier for shorter riders to reach the ground when stopped. The tail section is angular and compact, and the side covers have been updated. The overall design draws clear influence from Yamaha's larger MT-09, and the family resemblance is evident from most angles. The 3 color choices from last year return for the 2026 Yamaha MT-07, Ice Storm, Matte Charcoal Black, and Team Yamaha Blue. Last year's updates to the Yamaha MT-07 improved what was already a well-rounded middleweight naked motorcycle. The new frame is the big upgrade, with the suspension and electronic rider aids a bit underwhelming. The CP2 engine remains the strongest individual element of the package. It has character and a consistent power output, making it enjoyable at any speed. The new dash and switchgear are top-notch. The lack of suspension suppleness and the absence of a standard quickshifter are genuine shortcomings, though the latter is easily fixed. For a new rider who wants a machine they can learn on and continue to enjoy as their skills grow, or for an experienced rider who knows a 700 will get the job done, the 2026 Yamaha MT-07 is among the strongest choices in its class, and, at $8,599, the price hasn't changed from last year.